So what do you think a liberal arts education is? And we can start with that.
Well, there's usually a distinction made between a liberal arts education and a liberal education. Bishop's its mission is to give a liberal education. A subset of that is certainly a liberal arts education, which concentrates on the classics, the canons of Western literature and Western art and Western philosophy and so on, through which it's felt most of the aims of a liberal education are also met. But we want to broaden out the conception of liberal arts education to include all the programs that are given at Bishop's University. And in that way, you might say, take a liberal approach to educating all of our students through whatever programs we give, including the professional ones. What defines a liberal education? It's usually regarded as an education which is not primarily directed towards a specific use or a specific need. In that way, it's quite different from training, where people are trained to fix a car, fix refrigerators, whatever. It's not that narrowly focused. That's not to say, however, that it's not a practical education, because at the end of the day, a liberal education is designed to make a person a self-aware, educated person who is able to take intentional, purposeful action in the world. So, what does it actually consist of? For about the last 150 years, it's usually regarded as being made up of two major elements. One of those elements is indeed mastery of a discipline, such as history, literature, physics, sociology, whatever. Mastery of a discipline so that the person can contribute in a real way through their expertise in a broad but identifiable area of human knowledge. But secondly, it's also regarded as consisting of another element just as important, and that is a series of transferable general skills and a body of knowledge that it's thought every educated person should know. All right. When one talks about transferable skills, usually you're talking about things such as the ability to communicate effectively, both in writing and in speech, and not just in your area of expertise. All right? The ability to undertake research, the ability to look at a set of data, whether that's quantitative or qualitative, and to understand and isolate what are the significant problems within that data, what can that data reveal, be able to fashion a coherent research agenda and to carry it out, and then of course to present the findings in a coherent and structured way. Those are the sort of skills that we're looking to develop in students. There's also the issue of broad knowledge. In the old days, when it was more of a liberal arts focus, you would say, you know, you read Plato, you read Shakespeare, you read the great books, you look at the great art of the world and you ponder it, and that will give you information about all the really difficult questions that humans have always had to face. Nowadays, I think it's a little bit broader than that. First of all, it's not so Eurocentric. But secondly, it thinks more about dispositions, the disposition to think about the civic and policy and public implications of decisions, the disposition to think in terms of sustainability, whether that's social, environmental, or governmental sustainability. The capacity to engage the world in an ethical and moral way, and to know what that means, and to have the disposition to think about every situation that you're involved in, whether you're acting in an ethical fashion. So that's really the kind of the bodies of knowledges or dispositions, and that does require introduction to cultural, historical, social diversity, and the ability to deal with people from different backgrounds than your own. So I would say that those would be the main elements of a liberal education. A mastery of a discipline and the development of a set of skills which are transferable right across the range of human activity, so that you can apply them in your own chosen profession, but can also crucially apply them when you interact with your friends, when you are a parent, when you are trying to work with a citizens group, when you're making political choices.